Look, I had been a massive believer on Grand Theft Auto 6 for so long. I have been excited for it every year, but in saying that, I was also one of those guys who always told people, look, don't believe these Sykkuno leaks or whatever. Whoever used to leak them back in the day, I can't even remember the tosser's name, but I always remember saying, look, don't believe them. GTA 6 probably not coming out for a very, very long time. But with the recent reports that Rockstar are expecting to make twice the money that they made this year in 2024, it can only make you think, could something like GTA 6 actually be released by then? And again, with GTA 6 also comes a lot of questions about their other big franchise, which happens to be Red Dead Redemption. And I think a lot of people have been curious about Red Dead Redemption 3 for a minute now, but we kind of expected it would probably be coming, and we'd probably get an announcement shortly. Unlike GTA 6, where it literally didn't really get announced by Rockstar until the leaks surfaced and all that stuff, which was legitimately 8 to 9 years after the first game actually did release. Unlike all of that, Rockstar's parent company seems to have somewhat kind of learnt about this and now know to expect leaks and stuff to, of course, happen. And with saying all this, it legitimately has been confirmed by their parent company that Red Dead Redemption 3 is officially in the works. Now, again, the reason a lot of people are theorizing that this has been confirmed to be in the works is because there have been a couple of potential leaks on Twitter and other platforms of people saying, look, yeah, Red Dead Redemption 3 is in development, especially as GTA 6 is getting so much closer to being released. I think Rockstar have done an incredibly good job here, or at least their parent company have, of just saying, yeah, look, we're not going to make you wait 9 years for a confirmation, and we're not going to make it a confirmation this time just because of some leaks. We're just going to come out and give you guys a straight up our word saying that Red Dead Redemption 3 is in the works. And look, they've done it good. They just gave a little tiny announcement. They didn't have to go to this big gaming showcase like what Bethesda did in, I think it was 2018, where they announced a ton of games, which was, of course, Starfield, which wouldn't release for 5 years, and they announced Elder Scrolls 6 there by giving a little teaser trailer, which reports are saying they're only in pre-production of, and it could legitimately take all the way till 2027, 2028, maybe even further, till we get a little sniff of what that game could actually be like. Again, Rockstar didn't have to do that. They didn't do any of those teasers, which has landed Bethesda in a bit of hot water as of late. Again, they just went out and their parent company just essentially gave a little drop saying, look, Red Dead Redemption 3 is happening. And I think they've done it the right way, because people have been waiting for those Bethesda games for so long and are going to legitimately have to wait even longer till they potentially see an Elder Scrolls 6 at this rate. So it does beg the question, though, what could Red Dead Redemption 3 be about? Again, a lot of people are saying this could legitimately be another prequel. There's, of course, I think 2 ways they could go about this. Red Dead Redemption 2 was obviously a prequel to Red Dead Redemption, and I think there's a very big chance that Red Dead Redemption 3 could be another prequel to the second one. Of course, they could definitely go and talk about that. They could talk about the massacre of Blackwater, which I think a lot of people have been wanting to hear more about for quite a long time. A lot of people have been asking about how young Arthur was and how he kind of came across Dutch, and I genuinely think they could also explore that. They could legitimately go in so many different ways with this if it was a prequel of exploring Arthur as a kid. Maybe we get to see one chapter of Arthur as a teenager. Maybe the third chapter is Arthur in his 20s, and then maybe the other 3 chapters, 4, 5, and 6, are of how the game kind of, went to fruition, and how, of course, they ended up getting into that Blackwater massacre and things. I think they could legitimately go that way. Or there's the other direction of maybe this could be a sequel to Red Dead Redemption. Maybe we could get to see what happens with John Marston, how he became an author, which we know is to be true, especially considering there's a book in Grand Theft Auto 5 written by a Jay Marston, which a lot of people have, you know, been saying has been Jack this whole entire time. So they could definitely go that direction, but I think it would be a lot more boring, and I think a lot of people really kind of want it to be a prequel, especially to Red Dead Redemption 2. Again, they can go about how Arthur is potentially in his 20s, or they can do what I think they should do, where maybe a chapter is dedicated to him as a kid, where maybe we play as Dutch while Arthur's a kid, and we could maybe do one of where Arthur's a teenager and so forth. I think there could definitely be a lot of different options, a lot of different playable characters, especially considering we only get to play as Arthur in Red Dead 2 until we get to play as John in the epilogue. There's definitely a lot of characters we could potentially get to play as in this one. I think a lot of people have even been suggesting that Dutch is the main character, and we actually get to play as Dutch as he's in his, you know, 30s, and goes on to see how John grows up from a little boy all the way to a teenager, and how Arthur grows up from being a little boy all the way to a teenager as well. So I definitely think if I was to do it, I wouldn't mind playing as Arthur, but that Dutch one definitely makes me think would be a really cool option, especially seeing how the gang does become a thing and how it grows from a couple of members, and again, people like John eventually join. So I feel like that's probably the direction they're going to be going in. I think people need to realize though, this game is still so far off. Like, if GTA 6 does end up coming out end of 2024, early 2025, like a lot of people think it will, we got to remember that's legitimately 12 to 13 years after the last Grand Theft Auto release. That's how long it will have been since it took them to make a sequel for that. So once they're all done with that, they'll probably get, you know, started on Red Dead Redemption 3, and that could legitimately take 5+ years as well, and we could be waiting all the way till 2030, just like it looks like we're going to be waiting till a potential Elder Scrolls 6 releases by Bethesda. And look, I might be in my mid-30s, late 30s by the time Fallout 5 comes out at this rate, because that's how long Bethesda are reportedly taking to make that game too. So again, I wouldn't get my hopes up too quick, but if a GTA 6 does come out in a year or two, I definitely feel like we're going to be playing that for quite a while anyway. But of course, if you haven't already, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Comment your thoughts and opinions down below. Do you guys think Red Dead Redemption 3 should be a prequel, or should it be a sequel? And when do you guys think it's going to be releasing? Of course, I'd very much like to know, so comment down below. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to my sports channel and my IRL/vlog channels, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.